Peanuts contribute to skin health through a tightly knit combination of nutrients and bioactive compounds, and understanding how those pieces work together helps you use them more effectively rather than treating them as a vague, good-for-you snack. At the biochemical level, the two most directly relevant actors are vitamin E and the lipid fraction of peanuts. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant that integrates into cell membranes and protects polyunsaturated lipids from chain reaction oxidative damage. In the skin, this matters because the outermost layers are rich in lipid structures that preserve barrier integrity and retain moisture. When those lipids are oxidized by UV exposure, pollution, or inflammation, the barrier becomes compromised, leading to dryness, sensitivity, and faster visible aging. Supplying vitamin E through foods like peanuts supports the skin's intrinsic antioxidant defenses, so membrane lipids and keratinocyte structures withstand everyday oxidative insults more effectively. That's a cellular-level protection you can achieve with diet, not just topical creams. Niacin, vitamin B3, which peanuts supply in useful amounts, works through different but complementary pathways. It's a precursor for NAD and NADP cofactors involved in cellular energy production and DNA repair, and dietary niacin availability supports keratinocyte metabolism and the synthesis of structural lipids in the epidermis. Clinical dermatology has shown that niacinamide, the amide form, improves barrier function, reduces transepidermal water loss, and mitigates hyperpigmentation and redness when used topically. Dietary niacin won't replace medical treatments, but maintaining adequate intake supports the underlying metabolic processes that keep skin cells functioning and repairing themselves. In short, vitamin E protects the lipid scaffolding and niacin supports the metabolic machinery that rebuilds and maintains it. Minerals in peanuts add further, practical benefits. Magnesium helps regulate enzymatic reactions in skin cells and supports muscle relaxation and circulation that indirectly affects nutrient delivery. Trace elements such as zinc and selenium, which may be present in small but meaningful amounts depending on soil and processing, play critical roles in collagen cross-linking, antioxidant enzyme systems like glutathione peroxidase, and wound repair. Collagen synthesis depends on adequate cofactor availability. A diet that supplies protein plus trace minerals creates the biochemical conditions for better repair and resilience after minor injury or inflammation. The lipid profile of peanuts, primarily monounsaturated fats with some polyunsaturated fatty acids, matters for the skin as well. Dietary unsaturated fats are incorporated into cell membranes and can influence membrane fluidity, barrier function, and the skin's ability to retain moisture. Fat also improves absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K. Pairing peanuts with vitamin C-rich foods is practical because vitamin C is essential for collagen formation, so a meal of peanut butter with fruit is more than convenience. It's synergistic nutrition for skin structure and antioxidant defense. Peanuts also contain polyphenol and other bioactive molecules. Resveratrol and related phenolics are present, which have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. These compounds can modulate inflammatory signaling and oxidative stress at the cellular level. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a known driver of accelerated skin aging, so foods delivering both macronutrients and polyphenol have a cumulative, long-term benefit. That said, the magnitude of effect from dietary antioxidants is smaller and slower than a topical antioxidant protocol, so think of peanuts as part of a foundational diet that supports skin health over months and years rather than an instant cosmetic fix. Practical implementation matters. Choose natural or dry-roasted peanuts and peanut butters without hydrogenated oils, excessive sugar, or excess salt to preserve the beneficial fat profile and antioxidants. Because peanuts are calorie-dense, use reasonable portions. They're most useful when they help you replace less nutrient-dense snacks rather than simply adding extra calories. Combining them with vitamin C-rich plant foods, berries, citrus, bell peppers, whole grains, and leafy greens amplifies collagen support and provides a broader spectrum of micronutrients that skin cells need for repair and turnover. For people who enjoy topical treatments, peanut oil can be used sparingly as an occlusive to lock in moisture on dry patches, but exercise caution. Topical exposure risks sensitization and should never be used if you, or the person applying it, has a peanut allergy. 2 safety notes are non-negotiable. First, peanut allergy can be severe or life-threatening. Any discussion of dietary peanuts must include that people with known or suspected allergy avoid them entirely. Second, because peanuts are stored dry, they can be vulnerable to mold and mycotoxin contamination, aflatoxin. With poor storage practices, buy from reputable sources, store in a cool, dry place, or refrigerate if your climate is warm, and discard nuts that smell rancid. These steps preserve nutritional benefit and avoid risks that would negate any skin advantages. From an evidence perspective, most nutrition and dermatology research shows modest but consistent associations between diets rich in nuts, seeds, vegetables, and better skin aging markers, less dryness, better elasticity, and fewer inflammatory lesions when integrated into an overall healthy dietary pattern. Peanuts are not a miracle cure, but because they simultaneously supply antioxidants, structural nutrients, healthy fats, and protein, they are a highly efficient food for contributing to the long-term biochemical needs of the skin. If you want granular, citable research, human clinical trials, typical nutrient amounts, or meta-analyses linking nut consumption to specific dermatological outcomes, I can pull references and summarize the strongest studies. Otherwise, a practical takeaway: include moderate portions of natural peanuts or peanut butter as part of a varied, nutrient-rich diet. Pair them with vitamin C-rich produce and whole grains. Avoid processed spreads with added sugar or trans fats. Store them properly and never use them if you have an allergy. Done consistently, this approach supports antioxidant defenses, membrane integrity, collagen synthesis, and barrier function, real, measurable pathways that translate into healthier, more resilient skin over time.